Oh,
It's got Michael
jeez.
Stipe, David Spade, and Iggy Pop in it, and
Wow.
That's a weird clip.
That what I was
That's flash from the past clip. Yeah.
That's a flash from the past clip, but I mean, I think when you say the word weird, your name is synonymous, and
Everything's on YouTube.
Everything's on YouTube,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. I just want to go on TV and let loose, but I can't. But it's cool for Tom Green to hump a dead moose. My bum is on your lips. My bum is on your lips. Right? Eminem.
Slim Shady.
Slim Shady. You know. Slim
Wait, hold on. By the way, Tom Green is here, ladies and
gentlemen. I love your interview with Eminem. You know, there's a lot of controversy going on right now. A lot of beef going on right now between Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem.
What you think about that?
It's serious. It's serious time.
Well, people don't know that you were a rapper. You came in the game as a rapper first.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I made beats in my parents' basement. I would work my summer jobs so I could save up to buy a drum machine. And I had a Kai S950 sampler and Atari 2600. And, well, you're actually playing some music that I made here.
This is Tom Green. Listen.
I'm not sure, like, it's sort of hard for me to listen to this. But
let's hear it. Hold on. That's even better.
I was trying to make myself sound like the Humpty Dance or something like that.
Oh, is that what that was?
I was rapping like this. My voice was like this. Talk. You know. We're rapping over probably an uncleared sample, but you know, it's probably George Benson, The Breaks, or something like that.
Something like that, right? So when you were using a sampler, what era did you dig in the crates for?
So I was I was listening, like the samples themselves. Well, our single we rapped over Curtis Blow's The Breaks.
Okay.
That bass line. But lots of the meters. The meters.
Everybody was sampling the meters back then. You paid a lot of money to sample the meters, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. This was back in literally. Well, the record came out in 1992, so I think we might have just kind of missed the era where people actually were clearing their samples. But
okay, cool.
Let's not talk about that. But, you know, the record really was kind of a little thing that came out in Canada. But
what did you think when Eminem mentioned you at that time too? Yeah. When he mentioned you in the rap, what did you think?
So, like, you know, my show was on MTV. I started my show on public access TV in Canada, and we did that for 5 years. And then in 1999, MTV picked up my show, and you know, we had this we were there at the same time, right?
Yep.
And the show was kind of a instant sort of hit, you know, and it was kind of a life-changing thing for me. And then Eminem was coming out right at the same time, and I didn't, you know, Slim Shady was a second single, right? So, you know, he was a big deal. But, you know, I remember I was driving in my car, and I was like, what did he just say? You know, I heard the single. What did he just say? I just want to go on TV and let loose, but I can't. But it's cool for Tom Green to hump a dead moose. My bum is on your lips, right? I just done the song, the Bum Bum song. So if you watch the video for the Bum Bum song, and then you watch the video for Slim Shady, you know, he's running around in the superhero costume
with a big ass.
that I was wearing in the Bum Bum song. So it was and Eminem did like I love Eminem. Like I love Eminem. So, you know,
I'm glad you said that. We got to escort you out the room.
Yeah. And I loved your interview with him last week or
about 2 weeks ago.
Amazing. Yeah, it was amazing, and it's good to see him, like, you know, just
hear him talk, hear him talk in a regular voice.
To be able to see him hang out for like that, but. So I was in the car and I heard that and I said, what did he just say? And then it was the radio, right? So I couldn't play it back. I wasn't sure what he said. But then I sort of realized, well, he was kind of saying, you know, I want to go on TV, you know, and let loose, you know. So it was kind of a compliment, I guess. But, you know,
you're still dealing with it, huh, Tom?
You know, well, no, I love it. But what I find interesting is, like, all these rappers today.
Yeah.
They got to understand that, like, you know, it's an honor to get, like, dissed by Eminem, you know?
Right.
Just enjoy it. Enjoy being mentioned by the rap god, Eminem, you know?
It is, man.
But it's cool to see, like, you know, I mean, I had questions for you. Like, do you think, like, it was all planned?
What the setup?
Like the MGK Eminem beef, is it planned? Like, is it all planned? Is the Pusha T Drake beef planned?
The Tom Green conspiracy theory.
Is the Kanye Pusha T Drake conspiracy planned. It's
Nicki
like, okay, we
Minaj
got a
and
record.
Cardi
The
B
Nicki
planned.
Minaj, Cardi B.
Yeah,
Is it planned? We got a record coming out. We gotta have a beef. Okay, let's.
good questions.
Are these songs recorded months in advance and just sitting there, waiting? No, okay, I'm gonna wait 6 days before I release my response, so it seems like I actually wrote it, but really it's been recorded like 6 months ago, and they're just waiting. It's planned. It's planned, right?
I think it's all diabolical.
Because like Machine Gun Kelly, right? Like, man, everybody knows who Machine Gun Kelly is now.
Because of the diss.
Yeah, like I mean,
and the M kind of says, "Damn, I have to give you a career to what do you say? I have to give you a career to
take it away.
Take it away.
Yeah. Everybody. I mean, I knew who Machine Gun Kelly was, and we all knew who Machine Gun Kelly was. But now everybody knows who Machine Gun Kelly is. So it's
he got that project coming out too in a couple of weeks, which is smart.
It's all planned.
It's all That's why you say it's all. Oh, that's what it. That's why you said Machine Gun Kelly has a project coming out.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So when you see, okay, I get this.
I think it's a conspiracy. The beefs are planned in advance. And then it gets us all talking, right?
And we're talking about it right now.
We're talking about it right now.
So do you think that works with comedy too, though? Because there's been a lot of comedy beefs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mike Epps, Kevin Hart.
Was that planned, Tom?
I think so. I think so.
Cat Williams, Tiffany
Tiffany
Haddish.
Right before the Emmys that they both won and get more ratings to see what's going to happen.
Tom, is that planned, dog?
This is the troll generation, okay? You have to say something negative in order to get any sort of reaction. You have to talk smack about somebody else. You have to say something that's offensive to someone else, and then everybody's going to talk about you. So, my show on MTV was a lot of that, but
hey, would you?
I kind of learned over the years that when you go in negative about someone personally, even though it kind of gets a bit of a reaction, maybe it's my Canadianness.
Yeah.
I end up feeling bad after. I feel bad.
You feel guilty,
and then I feel bad, and I'm walking around. I feel guilty. Oh no, this person doesn't like me because I made that joke. So I try not to talk about people personally too much in a negative way, ever, even in my comedy. Yeah.
Do I always thought you were first, and then the Jackass guys.
Yeah,
Jackass were after.
They came afterwards. Yeah. Were y'all always cool, or was there ever they took my whole shtick and
I'm totally cool with Jackass. I love those guys. People, I've acknowledged that my show was on before theirs, and there's a lot of similarities. They did a lot of similar bits to me, and some of the exact same bits,
Well, Dave Chappelle kind of made the comparison with Key and Peele kind of taking his...
I painted my parents' house. They painted their parents' house.
Oh, damn.
So planned.
I dressed up as an old man, drove around an electric wheelchair, and crashed into stuff. They did that,
Oh, did you put...
No, I put scuba equipment on and jumped in water fountain. They did that. But, it's okay. It's just close. It's not the exact same.
Did you ever have, like, a scorpion, like, sting you on your ass or something like that?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
They got more into
they
the
got credit
sort
for
of
that?
exactly. But I've done shows with Steve-O. I know Johnny Knoxville. Those guys are cool. Yeah.
Tom Green is here. By the way, he's performing if you're in the tri-state area.
You got a dope beat.
We'll get it up. Of course we do.
Yeah, you got a dope beat. Just a dope beat.
Let me promote your show, Tom.
Spit some fire.
Bars.
Friday 7:30 and 10 p.m. Saturday 7:30 and 10 p.m. Tom Green will be at Caroline's.
Yeah.
While we pull up this beat, Mark, what's your question? Mark's in Texas. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Hey, what up, Tom? Big fan. Sway, what's up, guys?
What's up,
just wanted to, man, this conversation took a turn because, I've been a big fan of you in the beginning. You talked about your influences, how you've influenced others. I guess my question to you is do you feel better or do you feel more confident being the director or being directed? And with that, how do you think that has impacted or influenced your career?
What are we talking about exactly?
Your career in general,
I directed the movie Freddy Got Fingered. Are we talking about directing movies? I made that movie. Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausage? If there was another director on that movie, Daddy, would you like some sausage? Would not have happened. Nobody would have let that happen.
Daddy, would you like some? Oh my God.
Yeah, I've always liked making my own
Freddy Got
comedy.
Fingered, man.
Unforgettable title.
Somebody let me make a movie, and I chose to do that. So
Freddy Got Fingered. Wow, man. Parents must be proud. All right, we got Mitchell on the line from Kansas City. Mitchell, good morning.
What up, Mitch?
Hey, what's up, Sway? What's up, everybody? Thanks for the call.
Yeah, Freddy Got Fingered.
yeah, there you go. What's up? How you doing, Mitch?
Hey, pretty good, Tom. Hey, I just want to know, man, it was a few years back.
but I heard that you did something at a Nebraska game that got you banned from the state of Nebraska. Is that true? Is that still going on?
Yeah. Well, yes.
What happened, man?
Well, the behind the scenes of that story that's an obscure story, by the way. I haven't heard that in a while, but it is actually it wasn't my fault. Okay? I got asked. The show was on MTV. A major soft drink company did a commercial with me. I won't say which one, but it was Pepsi.
Okay. Keep it on the wraps, Tom. Keep it on the wraps.
So they said, I was doing these commercials for Pepsi One. They said, we want you to come out to Lincoln, Nebraska to go to the Cornhuskers game, right? And I said, okay. And you're just going to come out and do a meet and greet. You don't have to, say hi to everyone, but, you don't have to do, stand-up or anything like that. Because I wasn't even doing stand-up at the time. So I go out to Nebraska, and I get there, and they say, okay, the whole stadium is ready for you. Go out. You got to do 45 minutes.
Oh no!
What?
Yeah, and I say, well, I don't have an act. Like I'm not doing stand up right now. I don't have 45 minutes. Well, no, we were told you're doing 45 minutes. So I said to the guy from Pepsi, I said, well, hey, you didn't tell me how to do any sort of performance. They said, no, you have to do a 45-minute performance. I said, and I called my manager, right, because I had a manager now, and I said, so anyway, so I ended up going out there and having to improvise for 45 minutes. Anyways, I ended up like humping the mascot or something like that, which is like, a big deal in Nebraska because the mascot is like, the football team's mascot. So everybody was a little bit shocked by that, in the Bible Belt that I sort of gyrated on
the mascot,
on the foam mascot, or whatever. So,
and you got banned from the state?
No. They just basically, there was an article in the paper and people were a little flustered by it but it was fine. I love go Cornhuskers. I love Nebraska.
Did the mascot file a complaint?
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay,
no, it was nothing like that. It was just more like they were just kind of like. I was sort of, might have swore. I think I might have swore or something like that. Because you're up there, you got to do 45 minutes. I might have swore. You swear on the microphone. And then all of a sudden, it's like you're in the Bible Belt and you say a swear word.
And that's how you got banned. Man, I remember that story was huger than the way you're telling it, though. Man. It was big back then, man.
Back on the Tom Green show, you had a guest who destroyed your table, and you got so pissed off. Was that real, or was that like...
That was real, yeah. We had just built Jesse James Dupree from the heavy metal band Heavy Metal, Jackal,
right.
And he had a chainsaw guitar. He has a chainsaw on his guitar. And we just built our desk to look exactly like Johnny Carson's classic set from the 70s. And so we had MTV, I had to convince MTV to spend all this money to build this replica of Johnny's desk. And then Jesse James Dupree came out and sawed the desk in half without telling me he was going to do it.
Well, let's take a listen.
You could saw a desk up. Well, I checked my bank account and I had just enough to pay for one just like this.
Yeah, okay.
So I figure
I hope so, because you're going to have to. All right. No, actually,
send a bill to the record company.
What's that?
That's what record company.
Okay, I hope they're prepared for pay for it, because I'd be awesome pissed off right now.
Yeah, so I was actually mad, but that's sort of controversial because on the internet, people think that I'm being a hypocrite for getting mad at a guy for cutting up a desk, because that's something that I would do. But what actually was going on was, I was actually mad because of what I told you. Like this, I was producing the show. I just had a big argument with, I don't want to say names, but our friends at MTV.
Who was there at that time? Tom, Judy.
It was I was probably John Miller and
John.
Brian Graydon.
Brian Graydon. John, you know John Miller.
Yeah. And I'd probably just.
Don't put me in this.
I probably had a big conversation about trying to get this desk, and everyone was like, "Well, that's too expensive." But everybody was cool. I mean, those guys changed my life.
They changed your life,
on MTV. Thank you.
They changed a lot of lives.
Thank you, John Miller and Brian Graydon. Always.
Hey, Mitchell, did you get the answer to the story?
Yeah, man, I did. It's actually funny. I was on the TV show Full Draw Saloon, and Jesse and Michael Ballard and those guys, so that even added to the story. That's pretty funny.
Sorry, Full House, you said?
Yeah, Full Throttle Saloon.
Okay. I thought you said Full House.
Hey, Mitchell, you're a citizen, man.
Sway was John Murray.
Anyways,
John Murray was real. My bad. I knew it was a John M.
Yeah.
Tracy, you got a question?
Yes, I do. Real quick, Tom Green. It was a really big deal in my teenage life when you and Drew Barrymore got married.
Oh yes, we did get married. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, what was that like? Because it was painted as like the odd couple, but it made sense to me because she always seemed like a girl that liked a comedy dude.
Yes. Well, thanks for bringing it up, by the way. Always love talking about the divorce. No, it's fine. People want to know. I understand.
Blame it on my 13-year-old self, yo.
I was in the movie Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, we saw that.
So that was when that's when I met Drew. So she asked me to be in Charlie's Angels. She was a fan of the Tom Green Show and asked me to be in Charlie's Angels. I was the Chad. And you see that movie, Charlie's Angels?
We saw it. Yeah, man.
I was the Chad. And so that's where we met, and I asked her out on a date, because we sort of we ate lunch together. It wasn't really a date. I said, hey, you want to go, get lunch or something? And she said yes, right? And then we started dating. We ended up going out for a couple of years, and then we got married. And man, it's amazing. Marriage lasted about 5 months, but we were together for a couple of years. So it was an exciting and nice time. I haven't talked to her in a few years, but if she's in on the show, could you say what up?
I'll
for
shout
me?
her out for you,
Gotcha.
brother.
I know she's doing real well. So
she's kept doing well. How did you? Was it your fault the marriage? How did you mess that up?
No. I mean, it was just a lot of pressure at the time. I was probably new to show business. I'd just gone through cancer as well. I had testicular cancer, so it was just probably a lot of stresses and things like that. A lot of stress,
right?
But I'm happy for her that she's doing great. She's got 2 nice kids now, and everything's good. I don't have any kids. I think I'm gonna wait till I'm 50 to have kids, so I'll be dead by the time they're unemployed adults. That's what I want to do. Then I'll just know the kids when they're cute, and then they'll go to college, and they'll ask for money for college.
Yeah, man.
You know what?
Tom Green is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Plan,
yo, check this out. Hold up, Tom. Before you go, man.
Yeah.
I remember you when you was with Organized Rhymes.
Yeah.
That was the name of his Canadian group, man.
Absolutely.
They had bars, man.
Bars.
Once an MC, always an MC.
Yo,
want to drop a beat on the Tom Green.
Yo.
In the Valley of the Hyenas.
TG, yo. It's TG rocking on the microphone with Sway. Gonna rock the microphone in an old school way. I flip it, rip it up, go with it, flow with it, show with it, rocking the microphone like this. It's in New York. I say, give me a pen so I can begin to write a new rhyme, start a new trend. Sound the alarm. I'm dropping a bomb, giving you flashbacks like a Vietnam. I'll give you, if you want to rhyme like mine, you gotta sign the contract on the dotted line. I got you strung out, you never hung out. TG #1 out. Beats are raw, that's why I'm sure after this is doped out, I can dope you more. I'm here on serious. Are you hearing this? Tom Green, no, not getting near to this. Yo, I gotta kick this and flip this. I'm wicked. That's it. Yeah. Yo.
TG.
Yeah.
MCTG.
I had to try that. I have always wanted to try that on Sway.
Yo, how did it feel, man? It's just
it felt good.
It's empowering, right?
Next year, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna have some singles to drop here on the show. Next year.
And bring the MPC up here, make some beats live on air. We'll get other artists to rap on.
I got the new MPC X. It's like the.
So you're really about it.
It's awesome, man.
Okay.
It's amazing. It's I'm running through Pro Tools, and I've got my I got my mic, and I got my LA2A compressor.
You got the compressor. You need the compressor, kid. You need that, huh?
Yeah.
You see all the tech guys over there nodding. Once you said the compressor,
drooling.
jacking off.
Neumann U. It's in my my room. I've built a studio. I've got a Neumann U87 mic.
The Neumann U87 mic is that's like the
classic.
That's the butter brick. That's it, right?
Classic.
You had it built?
Yeah, I just kind of put. I'm kind of like a gear guy. I like figuring it all out myself. So I put it all together.
You built the mic?
What's that?
Well, you built it?
Well, the mic chain. The mic goes through a API 3124 pre into the LA2A universal compressor, and then into an Apollo 8, and then into my laptop.
God damn.
Okay.
And Pro Tools.
Okay, wow, man. That's what's Tom Green right here showing off.
I got the new MPC-X, though. That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
pretty dope.
And he does comedy. Come out to Caroline Friday and Saturday, 7:30 and 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Yo, good, always good, man.
Yeah,
All right, follow this man, too, man. If you want to follow him on social media, it's at Tom Green Live and at Tom Green, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Who we got coming up next, VB?
Dan Fogelman.
He is the creator of
This Is Us.
You want to talk with him, 888-742-3345.